Last time we talked about the human need of connection, and when we are trying to gain connection, what does that look like, and what are we after, and how do we do that? And when we're avoiding the loss of connection, when we're fearing that we're going to lose connection, what are we going to do? So now we're going to talk more about the fear of what it's like to fear losing connection. What does that look like? So when we're chasing connection, we're trying to get validation from the outside world. We're connecting with other people, so we want to have that connection with them. So what are we looking for? We're looking for them to show us love, validation, respect, attention. We want to feel useful and helpful. And that requires some kind of feedback from the outside world that we are successful, that we're gaining that connection, that there's a real connection there. The decisions that we make when we're in that mode are going to be based on what other people say. We're making this decision because they said so. So when we're seeking to gain connection, that's one thing. But when we're running away from the possible loss of connection, it takes the form of a fear of tribe hate. Like, I'm taking this action because if I don't, they'll hate me. Or I'm taking this action because everybody hates me. Why does everybody hate me? Why don't they care? What's with all this criticism? What's with all the disrespect? Why are they being so mean to me? Why are they disrespecting me? Why are they ignoring me? Why do I feel useless? Why do I feel worthless? All of that kind of vibe is a fear of disconnection. You're not connecting with other people. You're not helping them in any way. You're not helping them with certainty. You're not sharing variety. So that's the fear. So what does that look like in real life? Let's look at connecting through certainty first. So connecting through certainty is called blast. It's when you're teaching, controlling, sharing what you know, what you are certain of, and you're trying to share that certainty with other people. So the fear there, so imagine you're trying to teach somebody something. It's really important, and you need them to pay attention to understand the whole thing for it to help them. And if people aren't paying attention, if they're on their phones, they're ignoring you, or they're cutting in and not letting you finish a thought, then you're losing that connection. And so therefore you can't get certainty. So what you need from people in that moment, you need their attention, but you also need them to shut up. But of course, people have a hard time shutting up for long periods of time. Not everybody can do that. So a possible way to grow that is to understand that people, in order to understand what you're saying, need some pauses to really let what you said sink in. So a good way to get people to think on their own and to pay attention is to ask questions. For example, Oprah here, what do you think Oprah could do in order to keep everybody in the room focused and attentive to what she's doing? Could she just say more stuff? Or could she ask a question and then take a pause and let people kind of ruminate for a second and then come back? Because that happens a lot in reality, is you'll be blasting away, teaching something or saying something, and people will just zone out. You ever do that? I do that all the time. So, same deal with this guy. He's teaching something. He has a point he's trying to get across. The danger is talking too much without gaps. People have a hard time following, zone out. You lose the connection. But the feeling of blast is going to want to, the feeling is to push, to upload information at people. That's the kind of feel of blast. But if you're not getting that connection, you still have that feel that you want to push out, but you're not getting the connection, so it just you feel worthless. It feels bad. That is the fear that you're going to lose the connection by people not paying attention. And the thing that you can do about that is to think about how other people's brain processes work. Think about how you yourself process information. So questions can help. So that is kind of what the fear feeling is in sharing and connecting through certainty. Let's look at sharing and connecting through variety. So here, you're trying to connect with people. You're trying to get that ping back off of them that you are helping them, either with good vibes, having fun, or helping them in some other way. I don't know. Logically or whatever. I don't know. In the moment. Go ask some TE person. I need to think about that some more. But anyway, you're helping with people in the moment, pinging back right then. So the fear is going to be, let's look at the fears again, because I forgot. The fear is, why don't they care? And why are they being so mean to me? When you're playing with people, the disconnect would be you're trying to play, you're trying to goof off, you're trying to make other people happy. That's one way to do it. Or you're trying to make other people understand, but not with your known information, but with whatever's happening in the moment. That would be if they're not paying attention and they're kind of closed down, or if they give you negativity, if they react in a negative way. So the way to avoid that would be to get a better grasp of what people are like and who you're around, and don't tease people about things they're sensitive about. Some people are very sensitive about things, whereas other people are jokey with those things. So getting to know people better and what they take seriously, you can treat those things more seriously when you're around those people, so then you don't lose the connection and you don't get hate and disrespect and meanness from the outside world. You don't get that negativity. Another thing that you can do, whether it's play or blast, is to kind of give people the benefit of the doubt that they're not being mean to you. It's not about you. Maybe they're on their phone and not paying attention to you in the middle of you're trying to teach them because there's something actually important going on in their lives. Or maybe you just are bad at teaching and you need to get better at that. Maybe they don't hate you. Maybe there's something that you can actually do. And maybe if people are being too serious and are not wanting to be around you, maybe you can take it down a notch. Maybe don't joke about things that are serious to other people. Maybe don't be a desperate, needy idiot. A little bit. So what's the danger? If you're focused too much on connection, trying to connect with people too much, the danger is that you're going to lose yourself. So we're going to talk about the dangers of focusing too much on connection later. Logically or whatever. I don't know. I need to think about this more.